I bought a new mountain bike. Kind of crazy. I've got 3 or 4 others if you count my folding bike as a mountain bike. But this is a fat tire bike, which I've been talking about getting for a long time. And I kind of went halfway on this. I didn't get the big broad 26-inch wheel with the big 4-inch wide tire. Instead I got a 27.5-inch wheel with a smaller tire. I believe they're 3 inches or so. And the advantage is it's a little bit lighter in terms of the wheel set. It's better for speed. It's almost as good in the forest and in the snow as the fatter tire, partly due because it's got a longer arc with the wider diameter. It's still not going to be quite as good as the true fat tire bike, but close, you know, and it's a good compromise because the fat tire bikes are really, really hard to pedal, like on pavement, compared to a regular bike. Where this bike, with a little bit of pressure in the tires, I can get on the pavement. It's still more tiring than a regular mountain bike, but only by a little bit. Whereas a regular, you know, so I'll be able to have more endurance with this bike than I would with a true fat tire bike. And I'm still going to be able to get on some of the ice and snow and sand and stuff that I'd like to get to. Stuff that I can't really do with a regular mountain bike. And in conditions like right now, where it's just too cruddy to try to go out on cross-country skis, not enough base, it's too cruddy. And it'd be a little bit dicey in a regular mountain bike as well, because the tires kind of jam up with snow, and you know, I could get by on a regular mountain bike right now. But if it got much deeper, so this kind of fills the gap in between times where I could go cross-country skiing and times where I could go mountain biking. I got kind of a gap in between of conditions where I really can't go anywhere. Since I don't do much exercise other than outdoor exercise, you know, outdoor activities, then I need to keep active. So that's why I invested in this bike. It's just one more excuse to get outside and move around a little bit. It has one heck of a grinding gear, and it's got a pretty good range. The rear, it's only like 2 speeds in front and a bunch of speeds in back. It has a pretty good high-speed gear. I couldn't really handle it. I couldn't pedal hard enough. I'll have to try it again when the roads are dry, and now that I get the tires pumped up a little bit. The tires were really low when I bought it. And I know they're supposed to be low, and for forest creeping you'd want them a little lower than I got them right now, but I want to see what it can do on pavement. But I think I have to wait till the pavement gets a little safer. This slush stuff that's falling out of the sky right now is not the best for a speed trial. So anyway, I'm enjoying this bike. It rides like a truck. I can cruise right through the woods. You can with the regular mountain bike too, but it takes a lot of effort because you're kind of sinking in a little bit. Where this bike, you don't even sink in. You just kind of cruise through the woods like, you know, if you're going slow, you can cruise through untrailed woods. And you don't leave a trail either. It just, on the snow you would, but I mean, in the dry leaves on the woods floor, I didn't really leave a trail at all when I was riding through the woods earlier today before this slush came down. And it, like I said, it leaves no impression. It's like you weren't even there. In sand, it leaves a real faint trail, these slight little nubs in the tires, you know, but it doesn't leave much of a track or trail behind. It rides real easy in soft terrain, so that's what I wanted. So this bike is a hardtail, and no front suspension either. The whole suspension's in the tires. I've got them popped up to about 35 now, which is about the rated max. Normally wouldn't run them that high, but I want to do a road test on it. Plus I want to, you know, they'll drain down on their own too with time, so it's a good starting place for this time of year. I'm not going to be riding that much, hopefully. I'll be skiing more yet. Anyways, the salient features of this bike, other than the price, and I'll get to that in a second, is it's very lightweight. You know, for an inexpensive bike. And this is normally about a $600 something bike, but it's last year's model. I've been following it at MC Sports for $3.99, and now MC Sports is going out of business. So far, I'm pretty happy with this bike. You can see the weather's changed. We've got a typical February day, except that it's not typical for this year. We've had a really warm January and February this year, and it looks like it's going to warm up again on us next week. Anywho, I got a bike where I can ride through these weird conditions that are changing every day. And right now I've got enough snow where I could cross-country ski. We got quite a bit the last few hours here. But I went around my track. It takes me about 5 minutes to cross-country ski and about a minute on the bike. So, I love cross-country skiing, but it's more fun with other people, you know, and if I can go through the woods at a faster pace when I'm alone, a little more stimulation per minute there, keep me interested and enthused in my sport. Yeah, I'm having a lot of fun with it. It's going to get me out. It already has gotten me out these last few days. We'll see how my enthusiasm holds up. I'm probably going to regret not buying a better bike, actually. And the disc brakes are a key factor here too, because I'm in a real sandy area, which can really be nasty on clincher, you know, ones that clinch on the rim wall, whatever. Of course, these bikes have plastic rims because they're try to keep them lighter. An enthusiast fat tire bike, it's really in the 4-digit range, well into the 4-digit range for most of these better fat tire bikes. So this is a bike to get me into it, see how much I like it, see how much I use it. I mean, if worse comes to worse, I can buy a better bike, have this for a guest bike, but I think this will hold me for quite a while.